there is a car brand that flies under the radar and deserves a lot more attention. If you think Mazda is just about economical and reliable cars, I think you should think twice. By the end of this video, you will understand why Mazda is the most underrated car brand in North America. Let's dive in. Let's first start with a brief history of Mazda, going back to the beginning of the 20th century, to give some more context into the reasons why Mazda just recently started to become a very strong player in the automotive world. Mazda started as a cork manufacturing company in 1920 before transitioning to automobiles. Their journey from the Mazda Go, a three-wheel truck in 1931, to the innovative cars we see today is nothing short of fascinating. Over the years, Mazda has come up with a bunch of great and fascinating cars, and car enthusiast community always appreciated those cars. To name a few, there was a Mazda Cosmo in 1960s, also there was a RX-7, RX-8, and of course Mazda MX-5 Miata that I'm a fan of, and I talked a lot about it on this channel already. It's also too fast and too trivial to put the top down, put it up again. The car is also too beautiful on the outside. But the main reason they started doing so well recently is due to the fact that in 2015, Mazda finally became a standalone company after a separation from Ford. When Mazda broke away from Ford, they were finally given freedom to take risks and innovate, instead of going the safe, boring route. And if I'm not mistaken, Mazda currently is the most successful independent car company. Just look at this ranking from Consumer Reports. Among the top 10 brands listed here, Mazda is the only one that is being run independently. And to be honest, not many people know that Mazda is actually a very small company compared to some automotive giants like Toyota and Honda. While Toyota and Honda rank among the top automakers worldwide, producing 10 and 5 million vehicles respectively every year, in contrast, Mazda's annual production worldwide is only 1.5 million cars. That is almost 7 and 3 times less than Toyota and Honda. So we, as consumers, have to appreciate the fact that despite its smaller size and therefore less resources and manpower, Mazda is punching above its weight to bring us innovative technologies, design, and of course driving experience, according to many journalists and consumers worldwide. And of course, inevitably, there is a drawback of being a smaller company, and Mazda can't compete in every class. For example, they just started offering some hybrid and plug-in hybrid cars in their lineup, including the new CX-90 and CX-70, and their only EV that they already cancelled was the MX-30, which performed terribly at best. But I believe that they have their focus on the right aspects of car making, and they're competing in the right markets and in the right classes with the available resources. And one of the main reasons I love Mazdas is the driving experience. You can clearly see their effort in every single car they make. And if you know, Mazda cars are known for their zoom driving dynamics. They emphasize the connection between the driver and the car, often compared to driving a sports car. And what I find funny and interesting is that Mazda officially used the term Jimba Itai, which translates into horse and rider as one. And I'm just very curious if James Cameron loves Mazdas as well.
That is Sahelu, the Bond. Feel her.
The handling, responsiveness, and overall driving pleasure set Mazda apart from many competitors. And it's especially noticeable when you compare Mazda's cars against their mainstream competitors. For example, Mazda 3 is way more fun to drive than its counterpart Toyota Corolla, and the CX-5 has been the most fun to operate in its class for many years. And if you don't trust me, just look what car journalists have to say. According to Car and Driver, Mazda 3 has a rating 9 out of 10, and they say also that Mazda 3 has a fun to drive streak, but it balances nimbleness with a compliant ride. And just to be more objective, Edmunds also think that confident handling makes it fun to drive. For me personally, reliability is one of the greatest factors I consider when comparing different cars, and Mazda scores high in every single reliability rating I can find. And according to Consumer Reports, which is one of the most reputable resources for car reliability reviews and ratings, in recent years, Mazda has beaten Toyota once in 2020 and was above Honda several times in recent years. Therefore, Mazda has earned a top-tier reputation in today's auto market for reliability. So think about it. People are usually paying the reliability tax when they're trying to purchase a Toyota or Honda, and it could be in the form of dealership markups, where people just cannot find the Toyota or Honda they want due to the lack of inventory. And Mazda usually prices their cars lower than Toyota and Honda, while providing basically the same reliability as we saw a moment ago. And in my opinion, their cars also provide a better driving experience, so it's a no-brainer for me at least. So together, we figured out that Mazda offers a great balance of quality in terms of reliability, performance in terms of driving experience, and competitive prices. And what is more, Mazda decided to go upmarket and making their cars feel more premium. I mean, just look over the interior quality and the materials they use. It's crazy. And again, if you don't trust me, take a look for yourself. Moreover, Mazda vehicles often come packed with many features found in more expensive car brands. And for example, the turbo version of the latest Mazda 3 is meant to compete with BMW 3 Series, Mercedes-Benz C-Class, and Audi A3. And this proves the point that Mazda wants to compete not only against the mainstream rivals, but also against the luxury ones, with the likes of Acura, Lexus, BMW, Mercedes, and Audi. And I also think that Mazda has been killing with the exterior design, but I understand it's purely subjective. And at least in my point of view, their cars look stunning, with sleek lines and an elegant, dynamic stance. And of course, looks are subjective. But I really like how Mazda cars look premium compared to their mainstream competitors that either go too futuristic or too plain. And what is great for us, for people who like cars and looking to buy cars, is that Mazda provides an excellent value for money, and most importantly, making premium driving experience accessible to more people. Safety should be a paramount concern for any car buyer, and Mazda consistently earns high marks in this area. According to the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, also known as IIHS, and don't tell anyone this is the most trustworthy source of info when it comes to car safety, the majority of current Mazda models have received the prestigious Top Safety Pick Plus award and usually scores better than most of its rivals. Nowadays, even the base versions of Mazda's models are equipped with iActiveSense suite as standard, which is not the case for many other brands. It includes features like adaptive cruise control, lane keep and assist, blind spot monitoring, and automatic emergency braking. Consumer Reports praises Mazda for its robust safety features, and this fact highlights the brand's commitment to protecting not only the drivers, but also pedestrians on the street. And as a side note, I highly recommend checking out IIHS safety ratings when you're shopping for a used or a new car. They conduct a diverse variety of tests, and you can watch the videos of their tests as well on YouTube. Additionally, one of the highlights of Mazda's for me is the infotainment system, which is very simple to use, very responsive, and has a sleek, minimalistic design. I also noticed that a lot of people who are driving Mazdas for the first time are hating to use the knob instead of the touchscreen like in many other cars. But the knob was designed to reduce distractions and increase safety while driving. Studies have also shown that using a physical knob can be safer than a touchscreen because it allows the driver to keep their eyes on the road instead of searching for icons and tapping on them on the screen. In the modern world, where everything is getting more and more expensive every year and the cost of living is so high, and especially in the North American cities, cars are no exception. And it seems, after all of the points I made in this video, that Mazda is trying to be on the consumer side and build fun, affordable, reliable, good-looking, and most importantly, safe cars. So I think it's time we give Mazda the credit it deserves as one of the most underrated car brands. Their cars are easy to recommend to a person who loves driving, who wants something affordable, and even feel that they purchased something premium. And their vehicles could also suit people with families who want their close ones to be safe, not worry about unexpected issues, and enjoy the commute in great interior, knowing that they're driving a car with great looks and feel. It just feels like a smart choice when you consider buying a Mazda. And speaking of smart choices, if you want to know more about the true cost of car ownership, you can check out this video. And if you want to know more about other car brands, you can check out this video. Thanks for watching.
Stay savvy, and I'll see you on the next ride.